Memorial Day is known as the unofficial kickoff to summer as people hit the outdoors and enjoy the sunshine. In New York, the state parks are one of the biggest outdoor attractions, welcoming a total of more than 62 million visitors just last year. WENY's Leanne DeRosa learned it takes a lot more than you think to get these parks ready for the rush.
There's a natural playground right in our own backyard. Here in the Finger Lakes region alone, there are 25 state parks. Now, with summer right around the corner, we may be ready to hit the trails, but are the trails ready for us? Well, not entirely. Getting the state parks fully open is a big process for the parks crew each spring.
It's a big push. I mean, you have two things to do. You got to get the park open for everybody, and you also got to deal with whatever the winter handed you.
After a brutal winter, Mother Nature sometimes leaves the parks looking less than pristine. While some trails can remain open all year, others, including some of the more popular ones, need to be closed seasonally. Why? Because hiking out to that breathtaking view may not always be the safest.
We go out and fix loose stones on the steps. We mortar them and then we clean off the steps. We have somebody go rake the leaves off, all the dust, and take the branches off. And just clean the area up, and we try to fill any voids or spots we can to make it safe for the patrons.
Safety is a big concern, especially when it comes to the gorges, where winter's freezing temperatures have the biggest effect.
The water comes down through the ground and it will get into the pockets, the spaces in between the rocks. And when that freezes, it'll expand, and so it'll make even more space between the rocks. And then once it melts, that space is still just stuck there.
That leads to the biggest cleanup task, sending scalers over the edge.
Anywhere there is a trail in the gorges, we do 5 different gorges. Anywhere there's a trail, we knock down loose rocks above the trails so they don't hit our patrons walking the trails.
The method to the madness is you poke. If you see something loose, keep poking until it comes down. Sometimes you just got to look for spaces or lines or separations in the rock and try to work behind it and get that to come out.
Yeah, you got to keep your swing going, or especially on your overhangs. If you don't keep your swing going, you stop and there's nothing to push off from, and you just got to go down.
But scaling is only the beginning. There are also plenty of tasks to be done just to get the rest of the park open. And the park staff can't always do it alone. Thousands of New Yorkers grab their gloves and volunteer for
I love my park day.
Today we were planting trees from the initial point where the hole was dug, and then we put the tree in, made sure it was level, and then we backfilled it with the dirt, watered it, and put mulch on.
It's a way for people to get involved, literally hands-on, in taking care of and helping improve their beloved parks in their communities.
The volunteers say all that necessary work never crossed their minds until they got their hands dirty.
They should feel a little obligated to come back and help once in a while and keep them up to snuff. I mean, we all like to complain when we get to a park and it doesn't look right. And if you can give a couple hours a year to help straighten up, I think it's well worth it.
So the next time they visit the parks, they'll look at it in a whole new light.
When you volunteer, you feel a little more invested in it, and you feel a lot more pride in how beautiful the park is and just how great the whole region is when you're giving back, and it's a part of you then.
Leanne DeRosa, WENY News.